Welcome to the 6th annual blind champagne tasting with me, Jamie Goode.
And William Beavington, as ever, your most honoured brother-in-law.
So we've got a good lineup, I think, coming.
It's going to be difficult.
It'll be difficult because there's no. In the past we've often had some real stars, some big hitters, and then some pretty measly imposters. But this time, I think we've got a more consistent lineup. Should we just go through it quickly? What we could be. We obviously know what's coming, but we don't know in which order. So it's single blind.
Correct.
And we've got a number of champagnes, mostly champagnes. I bought a Bruno Paillard Blanc de Blanc, which I think will be quite interesting. We've got the Charles Hyde Sec non-vintage, which to me is one of the best of all non-vintages.
New sexy bottle formats.
Yes.
Richer
We've got
wine.
the Veuve Clicquot non-vintage, but this one is one that's been cellar for 3 years. So it's looking at a famous Grand Marque non-vintage with a few years of bottle age. So that should be interesting.
Usually Veuve Clicquot performs quite poorly if it's a recently released non-vintage as well.
We have the Drapier Catois, which is very interesting because this is a Blanc de Blanc, so it's white grapes, but rather than just being Chardonnay, we've got some Arbane, some Petit Meuselier, and some Blanc Vrol in there as well, which is a grape variety I've never heard of before. So
Have you ever had any of these grape varieties apart from the Chardonnay before?
Yes, I've had the Arbane before.
Okay.
We have a Lamandier Bernier. Tell me about that one.
Obviously, small producer. I think they're pretty much next to Salos, and it's an extra brut, so that's going to be really, really dry. So maybe we'll be able to identify that because it's going to be so mouth-puckeringly dry.
Just if you hear some snoring in the background, it's not us, it's not our audience. It's in fact 2 pugs who are sitting here.
Two of the 5 pugs.
2 of the 5 pugs sitting snoring quite loudly, so I think that's going to be picked up by the microphone. Do not be alarmed. We have a Champagne Marc Chauvet.
Ah yes, so Mark Hughes, thank you very much, from the Real Wine Company. We've never had the vintage Marc Chauvet before. You've met, we think it may be Clotilde, or Madame Chauvet, and that's a great small producer. We've never had a vintage before, so as I said, so let's see, maybe we can identify that.
We have
2 more from you.
the Champagne de Saint Gall.
Ah yes, so this is Marks and Spencer's, this is Blanc de Blanc, fantastic. I think this is, for me, fantastic champagne. A couple of years now, I've been buying this consistently. I think it's wonderful.
Tell me about the Justerini.
Ah yes, so Justerini Brooks. We've also got a 250th anniversary special cuvée, mainly Pinot Noir. I think it's 60% Pinot Noir. So that should be pretty good. Obviously from a very good, well, not producer, but producer agent in the UK. They've chosen it as their special cuvée. And
we have 3 non-champagne.
Yeah, so it's going to be quite difficult.
So we have a French Quarter from Beyond Delhi, that's the Sartène. It's about 27 quid a bottle, so it's kind of reasonably high-end French Quarter. We'll see if that is markedly different to champagnes or not. Then we have a Cava. This one is the Codorniu Jaune Codorniu Grand Reserve 2008. And I'm really hoping that this is going to taste really nice, not at all like most Cava. That's something that
which has jumped out very clearly before.
Yes, and the third one is one that you popped in there, Portuguese.
Oh, well, again, thank you, Mark Hughes, Real Wine Company. He says it's pretty good. What grape is that?
I don't know. This is from Almeida Garrett in the Barrett Interior, a producer I visited before. Well, this is the 2008.
Oh, really? You visited?
Yes,
oh, you visited them.
Yes,
Aha,
yes.
so you've had this before, have you?
Maybe, yes.
Maybe, yes.
So this is like Barrett Interior. So
and it's a vintage.
Yes, vintage 2008. So we'll see if that pops out as well.
Right.
So, we don't know what's coming in what order. We're very excited. I hope you're excited too, because this is going to be another excessively long video. So
the 6th!
The 6th.
OMG.
And
Wine
as usual,
1.
we have Dominic doing the pouring duties.
More handsome with every year, if I may say so. Certainly leaner.
Right, number 1. Take a few notes on these just so we've got something to compare it with. Very fruity. Is that a bit of bacon on the nose, or is that what they were cooking in the kitchen?
It has elements of that, as you famously call it, sick/vomit characteristic about it. Such an attractive descriptor, which you highly highly accurately said is sometimes a good mark of what is real champagne.
It's very fruity, isn't it?
It is very fruity.
Got some nice toastiness there. It's lively. I don't think it's champagne.
Really? I think it is.
You think it is?
I think it is, and I think if I was to guess, well, why don't you think it's champagne? I was going to guess this is the Justerini and Brooks. I think the Pinot Noir is what you're picking up on when you're saying it's very fruity. But why do you think it might not be champagne?
It might be champagne. It's not obviously not champagne. I should say that. It's not obviously a non-champagne sparkler, but it's got such a fruity, forward character to it.
It's slightly suspect, therefore.
Grape, sea,
too much fruit.
Bit of peach. And some toast. Very attractive, very fruity. To me, this is more non-champagne sparkling. A really nice, fruity non-champagne.
So Jamie
sparkling.
Goode, non-champagne. Yeah. I think it is. And out of 10?
Oh, this is really good. I think it's 7.5.
Yeah, I'll give it. I think it's slightly better than that. I'll give it 8. Excellent.
Impressed actually. Good start. Good start. Nice wine.
I'd love to know what it is. Is it possible I could have got something right for once, and you might?
It's very, very possible.
Got a possible point.
Yes.
Now, as ever, the best interview questions of 2014. What is your number one champagne you've tried so far this year?
You know, I should have prepped, shouldn't I, for this? I did have a...
Yes, all these questions, you have no idea what I'm going to ask.
I did have a Veuve Clicquot Cuvée Privé, I think it was 1982.
What is Cuvée Privé? Is that the...
It means they've kept it in their cellars and they've released it very late. That was pretty epic.
Oh, is that the late discourse equivalent of what Dom Perignon calls an tech?
Yes, that's
right.
Okay. That was very impressive. But also the Charles Heidsieck, the vintage Charles Heidsieck, I can't remember which vintage it was, but it was really amazing. I was very impressed with that.
Well, the Charles Heidsieck we're trying here is non-vintage, but they're making it in a slightly richer style. The reserve wines are richer or longer, greater longevity to them. Whatever, they've kept them for longer, so the wine is meant to be slightly richer.
This is very attractive, this number 2. It's got some toast, some pear, bit of spice.
There's loads of pear. Too much pear, maybe?
This is very nice. This is really got a bit of maturity to it, hasn't it?
Is it slightly lacking in the brioche department?
Lovely toast.
No, it isn't actually. It comes through second time around. Yeah.
This is impressive. This is good.
Yeah, that's
I think
good.
this is a proper champagne.
Yeah.
And I think it's could be the Veuve Clicquot.
Oh really?
Of
Okay.
age. That's my guess.
That could be a good call.
Because it's nice. It's got nice depth to it. Or maybe the Drapier even. I don't know. I've never had the Drapier before.
Out of 10?
I'll give it 8.
Me too. So the only disagreement really so far is on number 1. What was this amazing Burgundy you wrote about today? This a tiny producer I've never even heard of.
Arnaud
you said
Ont.
Yes. Why have you never heard of him?
Because probably doesn't make very much, but he's brilliant. Really brilliant.
So this guy's wines are even more difficult, well certainly more difficult to get and more expensive than Anne-Claude Lefebvre.
I don't know. They're probably not as expensive, I'm guessing, but harder to get hold of.
Oh, okay.
So number 3, thank you, Dominic.
Have you tried all these so far, Dominic?
So far, yes. Just interested to see your initial reaction to this one.
I think it's really difficult this year. I would guess this is not champagne. It's a little bit one-dimensional. Actually, second time around, it slightly improves a little bit, but
I think it's a low dosage champagne.
do you? Is that
Yeah.
so it's the lack of sugar that?
It's very acidic, very linear, very focused, very citrusy.
And your thoughts in general on low dosage champagnes? They were once very fashionable, maybe a bit less fashionable. Always a bit
It's a
sort of
side
mouth
show. I think
puckering.
it's a side show. I personally prefer champagnes with some dosage because I think they age better. I think the low dosage stuff often it's just like you kind of admire it. It's usually very acidic, very linear, but you think it's not a lot of pleasure there, and it's not going to age. So
Not something round and full and.
I just think on balance,
Yeah.
complexity and interest.
Hmm.
This is I think I'd guess it's the La Mondier Bernier.
So now we're
I like
naming
it, but I don't love it. Very linear.
Do the top houses, you know, the Clicquot is the house rather than Dom Perignon, but the others, do they make they don't all make low dosage champagnes, do they? Solos doesn't, it's a small producer.
No, I think that what you
There's no such
see.
thing as a low dosage Dom Perignon, for example, is there?
No, but what you're saying
Chris,
is
or Roederer, Cristal, or
that often when they disgorge them late, they'll only use a small dosage, maybe 4 grams or something. And I think the trend has been definitely moving away from the sort of 9 or 10 towards the slightly lower dosage, even for the grand marks, you know, now.
Oh really?
Yeah, and for the vintage wines, a lot of them are popping in 5 grams rather than 10. So,
Which is a huge, I mean, obviously half
difference.
what they were doing before.
so number 4. So did we have a score for the last one out of 10? I was 7.5 again.
I go slightly lower because even if it is Le Monde in Berlin, which I bought, because I think it's slightly disappointing because I don't like the slow dosage, so I'll say 7. Right, number 4. Not even halfway through. I think this is the best so far. It's the style I like. It's certainly not low dosage. It's brown, it's full.
Lemony.
I wonder if this is the Marc Chauvet 2008, simply because I'm guesstimating it's going to be, maybe without the Veuve Clicquot, the old non-vintage Veuve Clicquot, it's going to develop all those lovely, classic, maybe slightly unoriginal, but still classic, crowd-pleasing champagne flavours.
It's very fresh, isn't it? Very fresh and pure.
Or maybe it's Portuguese.
I think this is a useful champagne, and I think because the acidity.
A youthful champagne.
Yeah.
Is 2008 youthful?
Well, it's sort of useful, yeah, but I think I'm more going to the de Saint Gall.
Oh really?
Yeah, I think it's got that Blanc de Blanc character to it.
Well, I should be able to identify that.
It's very nice, isn't it? Lovely purity.
I think it's excellent. Mind you, if it is de Saint Gall, then that's jolly good because that's meant to be my favourite.
So you're going for de Saint Gall for that one?
Well, I thought it might be the Marc Chauvet 2008 because it's delicious, and I was hoping that might be delicious. Jamie said it might be de Saint Gall. What are the Blanc de Blanc all Chardonnay characteristics you're picking up on there?
Just very lemony and keen acidity.
Okay. Did you pick up lemon with keen acidity?
I always do.
So, we're on to number 5.
Did you see Richard Julian when he was in London recently?
No.
I almost saw him.
Who's Richard Julian?
Richard Julian? Richard, I apologise.
This is very open and fruity, isn't it?
This is pretty good too. Maybe this is the Marc Chauvet.
Very lively and fruity.
By the way, out of 10, what did we give number 4?
I'll give it 8.
Yeah. I'll go slightly higher actually, I'll say 8.5. These are getting better now. I'm going to give that 8.5 again immediately because that's delicious. Your best meal in 2014?
Grain store. An amazing meal at Grain store.
Mm.
It just so many elements were just right in the meal. It was partly the occasion, but also just the setting, and the food was fantastic. And I love that place. And so that was. I've had probably grander meals, but that for me was the best.
So you agree with Jamie Oliver?
Yes. This is lovely. This is really nice. It's very pure and open and youthful.
Mm.
But there's a subtle toastiness that's just right.
I absolutely, totally agree. The lemon on toast, the lemon on hot buttered toast.
Real finesse here, yeah.
Yeah. Lemon, butter, toast. Yeah. That all. Oh, where were we?
We got cut off slightly on the number 5, so we said it was very nice.
Fantastic.
What's your score? Mine's 8.5.
I gave it a 9. I thought it was absolutely the top one so far.
Really impressed with that. I think it could be the Chauvet 08 maybe, or it could be the Drapier.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Yeah.
Or perhaps surprisingly your lovingly aged Veuve Clicquot novel.
Good point. Yes. So we are now on to number 6.
Poured like a master.
Thank you. Poured very well today, Dominic.
Thanks.
Honestly, you're embarrassing me.
Good chat. Right.
Oh. Gosh.
This is a bit different, isn't it? Very fruity.
Wow. Can't be champagne, surely.
Talk, pithy. Lemony. Some toast. Definitely toasty.
When I take the second, this is 3 times it's happened now, I take the second mouthful, suddenly more champagne flavours come through compared to the first time, and it's...
So this is quite concentrated, lots of flavour.
Yeah. Where did this suddenly shocking, where did that fruit bomb on the nose come from? What's generating that?
It's ripe, isn't it? It's ripe fruit, but also toast, but it's quite sophisticated. It's quite an ambitious wine.
Wow. I take it all back. I think this is lovely. I'm just getting slightly nervous and confused now because we're getting...
This isn't, I don't think this is champagne.
Oh, really?
I would say...
So you agree with the novice?
Yes, I think this is not champagne. I think it's really ambitious, non-champagne. Nice toasty, fruity, sophisticated, but underneath that fruit, it's a little pithy edge, slight resinous edge maybe. So this could be a super ambitious Cava, or it could be the super ambitious Franciacorta. That's what I think. So maybe I'll go for the...
And it's the, what's this, raisiny character. Is that what you said? Or is that raisinous or resinous?
Resinous. Resinous. It is.
Can you tell me what a resinous character is in a wine?
Like resin, like
resin.
pine resin or something. A little bit of pine resin on the finish.
Interesting feedback.
It's very delicious.
One for us all to
It's
write
very
down.
concentrated, very powerful.
Pine raisin on the finish.
But for me, I don't think it's
So you
champagne.
think that's not champagne? Does that mean you don't like it? 'Cause of
I
course
do
you
quite
don't
like it. I think it's very good. I think I'm going to
that's
give this.
quite
I'd give this an 8 as well.
I agree. I'm kind of worried. No, mate.
I rather liked it.
Did you? Was it the pine resin that you picked up on?
I'm going to keep my own counsel.
What?
Good. Yes, you must keep your own counsel, because we do not want to be misled. Right, we're on to number 7. So far, a pretty tight set of wines. There's nothing bad here.
No, actually, that's a good point.
This is a very
In
tight
previous
set of
years,
wines.
there's been 1 or 2 shockers this
Yeah.
stage. Sometimes they come from England, sometimes they come from Spain.
We've had good English as well, though.
Well, no, absolutely. I'm just picking up on the things which weren't good. In fact, one year we had, just to offset the English slam there, we had was it Belle Epoque Perrier-Jouet?
Yeah.
Which wasn't good at all.
No, it wasn't. It's
Right.
very fruity and focused and lively.
You know what I'm getting? Licorice. Lots and lots of licorice.
Fennel, yeah.
Fennel, yeah. Okay, it's not a shocker, but I don't like fennel or licorice in a sparkling wine as a flavour profile. Do you?
Not particularly, no. This is fruity and tasty and bright and direct with good acidity. It's lemony, as you say, it's got some of this fennel character, a bit of herbiness. It's a nice, attractive sparkling wine. For me, this isn't champagne.
I agree.
My bet would be the Almeida Garrett,
Oh, really?
which is good.
Why?
It's
Why would that be your bet?
the fruitiness, the
Okay.
bright fruitiness.
Wow.
It's quite attractive, isn't it? It's not terrible. So, William, you've been asking me questions. I need to quiz
Oh
you.
my goodness, it's the first time ever.
What was your favourite meal of the year?
Favourite meal? That's a good point. It's almost actually. You know what? I think we had it a couple of weeks ago, and the new, as my friends at work would love me to highlight, rotisserie spit Weber barbecue, double duck, Cointreau,
It's one you cooked yourself.
double duck Cointreau sauce, loads
Yes,
of oranges.
number 8.
Couldn't be better.
What was your score on the last one? I was 7.
I go lower. I'd say 6.
Now this, I've already tried a little.
What? I hope not too much. I hope.
There should be just about enough there for you, but interesting.
Because
This is horrible.
oh, come now. It's not particularly good. Actually, there's nothing much to it, is there? This time last year, you said you were going to write a book called The Science of Champagne. And before you, excuse me, before you answer, highlighting the fact that clearly you haven't written it yet, I would like to encourage you again to write a book entitled The Science of Champagne, because I think it would be one of your best sellers. And I would like to highlight that presumably during the working process of researching a book entitled The Science of Champagne, you would have to go to the Champagne region quite a lot and drink a lot of champagne. And I'd like to help you do that.
That's a generous
and
offer.
carry your
Thank you,
bags.
thank
I'm
you.
prepared to give my personal time to help you in a project which will clearly offer you significant value for your brand and for the bank account that you so lovingly covered, as do we all.
I must say about this.
Speech over.
That's a nice speech. Thank
But
you.
you need to write a new book called The Science of
Yes,
Champagne,
definitely.
don't you?
Yes, I do.
Can
This-
you encourage
this is-
him on your comments to write the
This
book?
is not very nice. I don't take any pleasure in putting the boot into a wine, but this isn't very nice. It's a bit flat.
There's
and
nothing to it at all.
stale and bitter.
No.
It's bitter. It's got a nasty
There's
aftertaste.
nothing. There's nothing to that at all. Gosh, that's a clanger. So that's going to be a 5.
It's 5 from me. Disappointing. So, apart from a meal that you've cooked yourself, what's been your favourite meal of the year? Does anyone reach your high standards?
No, but your sister and I are going to Ferret Claridge's. Are going to Ferret.
Are
We
you?
haven't been there
Very
yet.
interesting.
But that should be the top meal of 2015. But the top meal of 2014, I'm really. You know me, James.
Did
It's
you
more
go to-
about,
did you-
it's
did
more
you go
about
to the-
wine rather than
Did
food.
you go to the firehouse at all?
Ah, yes, we did.
I
We did.
once
We did. We
as
did.
well, yes.
We did go
Did you have a good
very
experience?
very early in 2014. I thought the nibbles at the bar were absolutely the best ever. That's a very good point. Nibbles at the bar best ever in terms of bar nibbles. The meal itself was very good, but there was so much hype and bling about it, and distraction going on. Oh, there's Rita Ora over there. Oh, there's but I thought the food was very good. Probably was in terms of a restaurant meal out, which we were very frugal, and I only take your sister out once or twice a year. But that was probably it.
Right, on to number 9 now. There's some maturity in those, isn't there?
Oh, this is good. This is a great
Baked apple.
contrast.
Very. Some toast, maybe. Toast, baked apple, pear.
Mm.
Very rich nose.
This is really good. I wonder if this, and this now ties to number 5. Baked apple.
Some maturity here.
That's lovely.
Very ripe, rich, delicious.
Any thoughts on the quality of English champagne, which clearly has improved a lot?
English sparkling wine. Getting so much trouble saying that.
English sparkling wine in the last 12 months, I think has improved.
Yes.
I think it's improved in the last 12 months.
I've tasted some brilliant ones this year, and I think this has been a big year for English sparkling wine. Far more interesting wines coming to the market. There's some new producers who are making a splash.
And you recently wrote about one which was particularly good, which is worth flagging again, because I thought that was...
Gusbin.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was very impressive.
What was it about that which you thought was so impressive? And was it the fact that it was an impressive sparkling wine, or was it the fact that it was an impressive English sparkling wine?
Well, no, it was latest scorched 2007.
Right.
And it was very focused and linear and had depth and complexity, had a bit of richness, but not too much richness. It was a very impressive wine. And
would you have picked it out in a tasting like this as being
no,
a good quality?
No, I think...
Oh, really?
Yes, we had the blind tasting at your work, and I think the Ridgeview surprised quite a lot of us there. But nobody said, this is the English
That's correct,
wine.
yes.
And this is quite rich and toasty, it's got some development.
Mm.
It's quite delicious. Honey as well.
That's pretty good. Baked apple.
This could be the Vert Pico
Really?
with the age on it, or it could be the Drapier. Maybe the Drapier, I think, this one.
Well, this is exciting because we've only had one clanger, and we've got, what, 3 non-French, therefore obviously non-champagnes.
This is my favourite so far.
And we've had 2 or 3 very, very good wines.
This
very, very
is
good
tying
wines.
with number 5 now.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. So number 9 has pleased us a lot. And for you?
Interesting.
Because...
Anyway, we'll find out. It's very impressive wine.
Hmm. I'm not going to throw it away.
Well, you better.
Oh, yum. Well, you go first.
Right.
Mm. Mm.
So 2 to go.
Baked apple.
Honey.
Baked apple and honey. What's there not to like about baked apple and honey? Yum yum. Number 10. Gosh, this is tough. Number 10.
Just 10.
This is not champagne.
It's quite herby, isn't it?
Mm. It's too herby. There's not much balance to it. What do you think?
It's quite nice. It's quite linear. Tight. Nice acidity.
Is it better than the number 8 Shocker?
Oh, much better.
You have not yet answered my question regarding your next book, The Science of Champagne. How's it coming along?
Just kind of thinking about it.
Is it still at the creative stage?
The creative thought
Let
process
me
stage.
give you a hint, okay?
Hint.
Right, there have been lots of books written about champagne, flavour profiles, producers, grape varieties, production process, but there has not been a book written about the science,
No, there hasn't.
the scientific investigation of making champagne.
It's one of my priorities this year.
I think there's a clear segment of the market which is crying out for this.
Yes. Oh, yes.
I think this could be an Amazon top seller.
Yes, I think could go big. So this is quite nice, isn't it? It's nice, linear, fruity wine. It's not exceptional, but I think it's champagne.
Do you?
Yeah. It's a
I'm not so
7.5
sure.
for me.
7.5 is quite a low score.
For that,
I'll give it a 7. And finally,
last one.
Calvin, what are your views on number 10? Don't say interesting.
Whatever you guys said.
What? Did you like number 10? Which doesn't, you're not giving anything away.
I might have done.
What? You might have done.
Yes. All will be revealed.
Reveal. Oh,
This tastes like cava. It's
you haven't tasted it
cava-ish.
yet.
Yeah, I have.
Okay, so this smells, so I haven't tasted it yet, this smells completely unlike anything else we've tried this evening. Although it's not for a long time. So what am I picking up on?
It's a real outlier. Very different fruit profile.
Because the grapes
A bit sherbety and citrusy.
Mm. Oh. I mean, oh,
It's not very nice, is it?
yuck.
Yeah.
That's, if we'd started with that, probably wouldn't be so bad. But that is awful. The question is, to be fair, is if you were going to a drinks party and you offered this and there was nothing else there, would it be this bad?
No, it's just because it's in a comparative setting. Where it's been pitched against some quite nice drinks. And it's an outlier and it's not very pleasant, in fact.
Oh,
Disappointing way to end the tasting, isn't it?
that's
Really?
awful.
So I'm
But
gonna
exciting.
Give that 6.
I'm going to give that a 4 because I think that is undrinkable in this setting.
So,
Oh,
yeah, there we have it. I think for me the two standouts, number 5
that was fantastic.
and
Number 9.
And number 9. And my slight vote is for number 9.
Well, I agree because I've written very, very good and given the double plus. And there were 3 non-champagne sparkling wines.
Yes.
Which of these 11 are the non-champagne sparkling wines, in your opinion? On the spot moment!
Obviously the non-champagne ones. The non-champagne ones,
Obviously.
I'm going to say 11.
Okay, yes, okay.
I'm going to say 8. And I'm going to say... Six. So Dominic, join us for the reveal.
Well, you come. Actually, you haven't trained much with me.
No, I'm scared.
Right. let's consider the wines as we go through them. So, what was number 1?
First of all, can I say it's been a pleasure? And this is, I've rewarded myself with a glass of the one I preferred the most.
Which was?
Which was?
I shall tell you. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so the first was the Goode and Brooks
Oh!
250th anniversary special cuvee.
Very good. So we like that.
Well done,
I gave
me.
it 7.5. But I
I
thought
gave
it might be a French Quarter. And you said it was you got it right. You said it was very good. Number 2 was?
And I quite like that. Number 2 was the Almeida Garrett. Is that correct? Almeida.
Oh.
Really? That did really well.
That means you've got one wrong.
I've got more than one wrong. I've got a lot wrong. I thought that was the Veuve Clicquot with some age. That's the Almeida Garrett.
Mm-hmm.
That did very well. Goodness.
Well, actually, yes, it did.
Yeah. Number 3.
The Bruno Pallard Blanc Blanc.
Oh, I forgot about Bruno Pallard. And
Is that Le Dosage?
not massively though. I thought it was L'Amandia Bernier.
Gosh.
Interesting. Phew. Number 4.
Number 4, what score did you give that? Because
I gave that 90. So 8 out of 10.
Interesting. That was the Drapier Blanc de Quatre Blanc.
Oh,
No, really?
Yeah.
Number 4?
Yep.
Goodness, this is quite devastating so far.
Phil, so what was wrong with number 4? Nothing wrong, but it's the grape varieties. That
Number
we
3
didn't-
was just too taut and linear, but then it's a Blanc de Blanc, so that's why.
Oh, sorry, number 3, yeah.
Yeah, it's no malolactic, I guess, and just a very linear wine. And number 5.
What did you call number 5?
Well, I liked it a lot. We said it might be a Chauvet 08, and I gave that 8.5.
And what was your thoughts?
I thought it could also be the Chauvet 08, or we then thought the De Saint-Gall, because we liked both of them, we?
Okay, that was the De Saint-Gall Blanc.
Oh, goodness. It's got a good score there.
Very good score.
Yeah. Number 6.
Your thoughts?
I liked it. I think I said it was an ambitious non-champagne wine. What was
Okay.
it?
Well, it was my favourite of them. It was the Charles Heidsieck
Oh,
Was
I
it
forgot
really?
about the Charles Heidsieck.
Brut.
Whoa.
There you go.
That was amazing.
That should be good. And
Yes.
it has
Was good.
performed well.
Right, then we hit number 7.
Number 7,
Yeah,
I always enjoy number 7.
yeah.
Marc Chauvet,
What?
That's the Marchand.
Millésime 2008.
Goodness. We didn't give that a brilliant score, has to be said. That's the one you said,
What?
the fennel. You didn't like the fennel.
No, you can't be serious.
Yeah. Number
Really?
8. What was number 8? We hated it.
Yeah, I didn't like it either. It was the Biondelli Franciacorta.
That's the French
Oh, okay.
Quarter.
So we got one
Wow.
out.
Goodness. And we really like number 9.
Well, number 9 was the Veuve Clicquot.
No way! Are you serious?
The winner, the Veuve Clicquot. Stick it in the cellar for a few
Are you
years.
serious?
Yeah.
But this is a revelation.
It was a revelation. That was fantastic, wasn't it?
I've done this with you, and I've done this. Well,
Yeah.
and the Veuve Clicquot is you always bottom.
Yes.
So basically, you buy it and you keep it for how many
Well,
years?
this is 3 years. This is the 2011 disgorgement. So
That was amazing.
Yeah.
Are you sure that's number 9?
Absolutely.
yeah, this is a stunning set of results so far. We've got to be humble in the face of wine, eh? Number 10.
Was the L'Amandia Bernier Premier Cru.
No.
uh,
Oh.
and so number 11 was the Cava.
The number 11 was the car.
Oh, my
The
word.
Journée
Such a shame. Shame that it's,
Grand Reserve 2000.
it's hard to make Cava that really does stand out.
So the conclusions are, these are my know-nothing conclusions. So Cava, blindingly obvious.
Yeah.
Secondly, Veuve Clicquot, you buy it at the cheapest possible price and in the Christmas sales and keep it sort of year. And then De Saint-Gall, fantastic.
Mm.
What
Yeah.
a top performance.
Yeah.
Consistently good.
And your thoughts? Master sommelier of the evening?
And I particularly like the Charles Heidsieck.
Yeah, that
It's
performed
got
well.
good fruit, it's got good balance.
Lovely.
It's not
You
too
tried that
acidic.
recently, you wrote it up, and it was
I
very
loved
good.
it, yeah.
Yeah.
I really like that.
Sexy bottle.
I did think the Goode and Brooks 250th anniversary special cuvee was my number 2, but it was a
Really?
bit too soft.
Really?
I like the Charles Heidsieck was a bit sort of sharper, crisper.
So you learn a lot from doing this sort of tasting, don't you? You do learn a lot, and this has been fabulous. And
Now hold on a minute, but your thoughts?
my thoughts, well, my thoughts have, I've
Well,
expressed
what are you
them already.
surprised at? I mean,
I'm very surprised that Brilliant Player didn't show better.
Mhm. I think we're both, to be fair, we're both surprised that the Marc Chauvet vintage didn't show better.
Yes.
Because in previous tastings,
It's done very well.
the Marc Chauvet non-vintage has been
Yeah.
an absolute fantastic performance.
I was hoping the Cava would do well because it's a special bottling, but it wasn't very good.
We've done Carver 2 or 3 times.
Yeah.
It's never performed well. It's always stood out.
Yeah. Otherwise, yeah, it was a fabulous lineup really, and it shows that it's good to taste blind. It's good to taste sighted as well. I mean, and then if we went back to the wines now and tasted them sighted, having done this blind, suddenly our perception has shifted a little bit. We're less
I'm
prejudiced.
excited to get out there.
We're less prejudiced, but then we can understand the wines more, and we can say, oh yeah, well I got this on it, and this is why I got this, because it's this wine. And so I think that's a useful thing as well. But otherwise, awesome tasting. Thanks very much.
Very challenging, I think.
Very challenging.
Surprising.
That's a pleasure. I tried to mix it up quite a bit, just to confuse you.
Bro. and
Love you.
Must say thank you. If you've watched all the way, thank you so much. I
And,
really
and
appreciate
congratulations.
it. And Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year!
Happy New Year!